This case just took on a whole new twist, and believe me when I say you haven't seen anything yet, 'cause the new developments in Diddy's case are bound to leave you reeling in shock. After so many months of waiting, the wolf is now being led to the slaughterhouse and justice is finally being served. Well, not yet, but with the way things are going in court right now, all fingers point to Diddy rotting in jail for a really long while. People's tempers have been flaring up for a while, and if they had the chance, they'll probably give Diddy a first-hand lesson on 100 ways to die. At the top of the chart are none other than the prosecutors who have taken matters into their hands while promising that Diddy won't be the only one paying for his crimes, but every single one of those highly influential celebrities that have been backing him for years would be dragged into the mud. We see you, Mr. Jay-Z. They also dropped some other names that might shock you, but don't worry, we won't bore you with the details. At least not yet.
Why did it take law enforcement so long to intervene? How many women were victimized by Sean Combs, and how many others were involved?
Look, our investigation is ongoing. We are committed to bringing justice to everyone who's been victimized by the defendant. I can't tell you why it took so long. I think the better focus is on the fact that we are here today. And we are committed to making sure that justice is done.
You said we are not done and that Combs did not do this alone. Do you foresee that there could be other charges related to this case?
I'm not taking anything off the table.
Imagine all the names you'll hear when the prosecutors finally confirm what we've been told. They're names that'll leave you stunned. They know who they are. I'm not just talking about the bystanders who watched this happen and did nothing. I'm talking about the people who joined in, who cheered it on. But hey, the prosecutors are choosing not to call out names. Instead, they're leaving all the guilty parties to go on guilt trips. I can't stand people who just stand by and do nothing when something bad happens. It's not just annoying when they see something terrible going on, but also when they actually encourage it. They should be treated just as bad as the people doing the wrong thing because they're part of the problem. They could have stepped in to stop it, but they chose not to. This Diddy situation is going to blow up. Honestly, if you're not keeping up with it, you really should be. Because people are starting to see how creepy Diddy really is. He's a total jerk, but the truth is, he's surrounded by other jerks too. People you might know. Now that the lawyers are ready to call them out, they're saying these revelations are going to shock us. But honestly, I don't think I'll be surprised. We already know Hollywood and a lot of the music world are full of creeps. That's why people call it Hollyweird or Hollywoke for a reason. Diddy is famous for throwing wild and crazy parties. But that's not all. He's been accused of hurting a ton of women, and more people are coming forward with their stories. A 9-year-old has said he was abused by him, and there are claims he even put horse tranquilizers in drinks. Over 120 women have now come forward with shocking stories. If you didn't know, you might have seen the video I made about Justin Bieber being messed with. I feel so bad for him because I can't even imagine what he went through with all these celebrities picking on him. The stuff that's been coming out is really scary. No one should have to go through that. Newsflash, 120 more women have come forward to say Diddy has hurt them for 25 years, including some as young as 9. Texas lawyer Tony Busby, who's helping these women, said that out of the 120 new cases, 25 involved kids when the abuse happened, going all the way back to 1991 and as recently as this year. Some of the youngest victims were just 9, 14, and 15. Diddy is just not a human being. If he's doing this to kids and adults, it's just evil. The amount of stories you hear of people whom he assaulted is borderline insane. And you won't believe this. Sean Diddy Combs, the king of bad boy records, is facing some seriously shocking accusations, and they're not coming from just anyone. We're talking about a 9-year-old boy among 120 people alleging sexual assault and abuse. The claims are part of a huge bombshell dropped by Houston-based attorney Tony Busby, who didn't hold back in his jaw-dropping press conference on Tuesday, October 1st. Busby spilled the tea, accusing Diddy of sexually abusing multiple minors, and the details are chilling. One of the accusers? A young boy, only 9, who auditioned at the famous Bad Boy Records studio in NYC. Busby alleges that not only did Diddy and his entourage abuse the child, but they also dangled the promise of a record deal in front of him and his parents as bait. Other young boys were reportedly there too, all hoping to score a coveted spot on the label. But that's just the beginning. Busby claims his firm, alongside the AVA Law Group, represents at least 120 alleged victims, and get this, 25 of them are minors. He's gearing up to file civil claims in various states over the next 30 days. According to him, the victims are an even mix of males and females, with over 55% already reporting to authorities or hospitals. The situation is getting really bad. It's not just about music or movies, it's also hitting the news world. If you're not up to speed on what's been going on with Roger Ailes. Anyway, Combs started Bad Boy Records back in 1993, and that's where the notorious B.I.G., French Montana, and Machine Gun Kelly kicked off their careers. There were a bunch of guys at the audition, all hoping to get a record deal. Diddy's team got the news about the new claims pretty quickly after Busby came out. Combs is totally denying these things, calling them false and mean. He's saying they're not true and that he didn't do anything wrong, including hurting anyone, especially kids. Combs' lawyer, Erica Wolf, told DailyMail.com. That's just not true. You know, the only real winners here are the lawyers. Whether you're on the defense or the prosecution, you're making money no matter what. If you win, you get even more, and you get the satisfaction of making someone else pay. Man, I think I'm in the wrong line of work, don't I? He's looking forward to showing that he's innocent and clearing his name in court, where the real story will be told with proof, not just guesses. We'll see what happens, right? One thing's for sure, Diddy isn't going down without a fight. Let's just say that. But Busby mentioned that Diddy used the dream of stardom to get over a bunch of kids. Another kid was allegedly told by Diddy that he could become a star if he met him privately, away from his family. Once they were alone, Diddy allegedly made the kid do something sexual. Busby said, "This guy's a freak." Since the feds announced they were going after Diddy and arrested him, Busby's law firm has been getting hit with thousands of new claims. A lot of people are starting to come forward against Diddy. One girl, who was 15 at the time, was taken to New York City for a party. She was drugged and then taken to a private room, allegedly with Combs there, where she was attacked. Busby talked about what happened, saying they're working with the police.
The biggest secret in the entertainment industry that really wasn't a secret at all has finally been revealed to the world. The wall of silence has now been broken, and victims are coming forward. Our team has had at this point more than 3,285 individuals contact us, with people claiming to have been victimized by Sean Combs.
LeBron James once said, "There ain't nothing like a Diddy party."
Hey, everybody know ain't no party like a Diddy party, so. Yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah. Pretty sure he's going to regret saying that soon. One person, who was 22 years old at the time, said that the usual thing at these parties was that if you didn't drink what they gave you, you'd get kicked out. In another creepy story, a woman who was pregnant claimed she was attacked after going to a dinner with Combs in Miami. She wasn't drinking because she was pregnant, but whatever she drank at the table was apparently spiked. Busby said she passed out and woke up in the same bed, allegedly with Mr. Combs in his Miami mansion. She found her body was sore and hurt in a really disturbing way. I could keep going, but you're getting the picture. There's a hotline number in big, bold red letters right behind the lawyer, urging more victims to come forward. If you're out there and you've been hurt, you're not alone. Busby mentioned that there's strength in numbers, talking to potential victims who haven't come forward yet. Mate, you've got over 120 people speaking up and speaking out. Whether all of them are telling the truth, that's impressive. 120. Maybe one or two more, but 120 and possibly more? Wow. Mate, you've been around, and this guy really had a lot of power back in the day. It was the peak of his influence, and he knew he'd get caught because he knew what he was doing was wrong. The cops tried to bust him back then, but he was doing a lot of shady stuff, as you can tell. We'll see what happens, but it's not about the Matrix, dude. This is way different from what Andrew Tate is doing. It's out there, man. These people are just sick and twisted, if you even want to call them that. Anyway, my friends, thanks for watching. Take care, stay blessed, and I'll catch you in the next video.